It's week 3, baby!
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Is it worth it if you don't make it to race day? That was something I kept having to repeat to myself over and over and over and over again these last 3 weeks. My name's Kelly Roberts. If we've never met before, I'm training to try to qualify for the Boston Marathon. In order to do that, I need to run a 3-hour, 30-minute marathon. And I've been trying since 2016. I'm not a natural runner. I didn't run growing up. I didn't play sports growing up. I was a theater kid. So I had to spend the first couple of years trying, really learning a lot of the things that people know going into running. And then because I'm in a bigger body and because I just have a different relationship with running and it's just not something that comes naturally to me, I'm not the type of person who can go out and BQ on the first try. I'm like so many people where we set these big giant moonshot goals, whether it's break 6 hours in the marathon or break 2 hours in the half marathon or BQ or run a mile without stopping, whatever that big, hairy, scary moonshot goal is, it doesn't always happen on the first time. And sometimes we're disappointed in ourselves and frustrated and we give everything we have. And though our instinct is to say our best isn't good enough, something you learn, and one of the reasons I think I'm so drawn to running is it gives you an opportunity, if you are a perfectionist, which so many of us are, to really understand what's inside your control and that everything is worth doing if you just give your best. Falling short is worth doing if you give your best. Being disappointed in yourself is worth doing if you give your best, because that's how you learn and that's how you grow. I know for me, I never wanted anyone to see me struggle. I never wanted to do anything I wasn't the best at. There were so many core beliefs that I had to shift and change, and running did that with me, in addition to therapy. Running is not therapy. So BQ or Bust, this go around, season 6, I started before BQ or Bust, this whole a year and a half I've been training for this, to be perfectly frank. Now that we're in our official 16-week marathon build, I've been feeling really confident this year. And then I had a little injury pop up. I have piriformis syndrome in my left hip. I also have it in my right hip, but the right hip is super under control. The left hip popped up, which felt like out of nowhere. I now know that my left side is so much weaker than my right side, which we are attacking with very specific abductors, rotators, glute medius workouts, in addition to all the other strength work that I'm doing. But I'm doing everything I can because I want to see what I can do. And that's something I got away from this week. There's something about outcome goals that even the most experienced runner, which I am now a very experienced runner, I'm also a running coach. I do this for a living. I eat, sleep, and breathe mental game. I love this stuff. Once that outcome goal starts coming into, that North Star gets closer and closer and closer, which is kind of where we are for me. We're almost a fourth of the way through training. It's starting to feel real. It's starting to feel, I can feel time starting to become, every day is more and more and more important. Every single day matters. Every day serves a purpose. And with that outcome goal, I just felt my blinders going like this. And I started getting into this might not happen mindset with this injury. I wasn't able to run the way that I really like to run. My gait was altered. I couldn't run the mileage I wanted to run. I'm still not running the mileage I want to run. But this week was the first week that I started to feel more like myself and do a lot of the key workouts that I wanted to do. I'm just like everyone else. I too hyper-focus on goals and worry about whether or not there's enough time or whether or not I can do the damn thing at all. And I worry that if I fall short, will it be worth it? And it's one of those things that when you're on that ledge, you just reach for the tools. And you ask yourself, don't lie to me. Is it worth doing if you don't hit your goal, the specific outcome goal that you have? And if the answer is no, we either need to spend a ton of time talking to try to figure out why you're saying that and believing that, see if there's some wiggle room there to get you more process oriented so that you can give yourself the opportunity to play and see what you're capable of, or we need to just straight up stop. Because if it's just black or white, the goal itself, and not, I want to see what I discovered this time around, I want to see what I learned this time around, I just love running, and I just love training, and I love the challenge of it, right? Because when I say I love running, it's fucking awful so much of the time. It is so hard, it is so brutal, it is summer, it is hot, it is humid, you're about to see me sweat more than any human being ever. Why is it worth, why do you love it if it's so horrible? And it's the rewarding part of it that I love. I love getting the opportunity to like process what's going on in the world and escape and see what I'm capable of. You know, like running gave me this gift of anytime I tell myself I'm not capable of something, I'm at least going to try. And that's where I'm at. This is a chance for me to like face fears and remind myself I'm so much stronger than I give myself credit for, and that anything can happen if you just keep chipping away at it and keep trying. And that's what I'm doing here. Even if it doesn't happen, it's worth it. I don't care. I want to see what I can do. Now, I think one of the reasons the blinders came on is because I have a goal. I'm not saying it out loud. But I think once I started visualizing that, look, I'm scratching myself. I'm like self-soothing because I'm nervous. The goal scares me. It's bigger than BQ or bust. And I genuinely don't think I can do it. But I do think it's worth seeing if I can and going 100% and seeing how close I can get, right? 330 is the goal, but this other goal is like what I'm thinking. And I think once I set that goal, I just immediately went to a place of, see, I can't do it. Everything's already going to shit. And that was fascinating. I'm back in a place of like, though I have this goal, I have that goal because a part of me does think I can do it. A bigger part of me, a more realistic part of me is like, that may be a longer term goal and who knows when, but I am trying. I don't know. I haven't even talked to Jess about it. My coach, Coach Jess Woods, she's a Nike coach. I haven't told her about it at all or asked her if she thinks it's possible, but I don't really care. It doesn't matter either way because the training is the training. So let's get into week 3, shall we? This week, I finally got back to, did I run 5 running days this week? I feel like I did. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got to run 5 days this week, which like for me that's a lot of running. And I haven't done that in a month. And I felt so grateful that I could do it. Between acupuncture and massages with Amanda Mendoza, Coach Amanda, and all the strength work I've been doing. Thank God I've gone to as much PT as I have. I'm the biggest believer in PT. Go to PT, go to PT, go to PT. I have a decade of PT under my belt. So the second my piriformis syndrome popped up, I knew exactly what to do. And I immediately started doing everything I could. So between like the PT exercises I do, which is like PRI, strength work, mobility work, starting to strengthen all of those areas, going to Amanda to get sports massages, which if you're in New York City, go to Amanda. And I don't want to tell you about Peter because Peter's hard to get into as it is. We're going to gatekeep Peter for a second until I can like schedule out all of my appointments until the marathon. And I can like tell all my friends to do the same. Then I'll tell you guys so that you can go to Peter too. But Peter is Peter and Amanda are like the dream team. So I've been doing everything. But this week, let's get into it, shall we? Here we go. Monday, week 3, 60-minute run. It is 86% humidity. I can't breathe. After skipping my run yesterday, I feel very happy I'm running. It's just so muggy. This is hard. Monday was a hard run. It really, really was. But the whole time, even though it was hotter than hell and I like felt really heavy, it was just like one of those days where I was like, I'm so happy I'm running right now. I'm so happy I'm running right now. So there was that. Once a week, we're doing a Run With Me episode. So Scott and I are taking off together and we're filming like a literal 40, 50, 60-minute video where you can run with me on YouTube. So Tuesday was our Run With Me video, but I did it with my strength work. So I'm not even gonna tell you because I'm about to tell you. Here it is.
Kids, 100% humidity.
Oh, dang.
100%. And we've got quite the gnarly workout.
Ooh,
We're doing 5 by a K, starting at half marathon pace and working down to 7. Hold on, let me read it aloud to you because clearly I don't know it. You're dying in America. More taxes in America. 7:45 to 7:20. Woo! So half down to 10K. Oh boy. Oh boy, don't worry about it. Don't think about it. It's going to be great. And then we're ending with 2 by 200. You guys, when I say it's miserable right now, I hope you understand what I mean. This is gnarly. I feel like I'm swimming. I can't breathe. I'm soaking wet. We're going to play with some strides. Strides are short little bursts of speed where you ease into them and then you really focus on your form. That's nice.
Yeah.
2018 maybe. So I'm not gonna lie, K repeats always scare me a little bit because they're far. They're like 0.62 miles, man.
They're okay.
And I'm not gonna be able to talk at all at you, Scott. So we're gonna have announcer Kelly back.
Okay.
But the humidity is really what was killer. So it was 100% humidity. So when we talk about evaporative cooling, sweating is your body's air conditioner. It's how you offload heat. So as you heat up, your body tries to, there's something called evaporative cooling. So you sweat, and then all of that sweat that's on your skin evaporates as the wind washes over it. And that's how you cool yourself down. So when you're unable to cool yourself down, like in high humidity, because there's no evaporative cooling when you are dealing with humidity like we were dealing with today, everything just kind of like sits on your skin. You get hotter faster. You can't offload heat, which means you fatigue faster. So today, I think because I've been so hyper aware of what's going on with my hip, I haven't been as like concerned with like exactly paces because I know I haven't been hitting stuff. But normally when we're dealing with stuff like the weather that we're dealing with right now, when summer hits, especially when you aren't heat acclimated, which we're not totally heat acclimated yet, we're starting to get heat acclimated here in New York City. I've been running in the heat and humidity for about 2 or 3 weeks now, a little bit longer, but like not exactly like what it's been like recently until right now. So I'm definitely starting to feel so much more comfortable at these harder efforts now. I just went to physical therapy. I'm actually switching topics. I just went to physical therapy. I saw a new physical therapist, which really made me appreciate seeing an out-of-network physical therapist who, like, doesn't matter. Something that she noted and that I'm looking at literally right now is that my left foot is, I mean, my whole left side is so much weaker than my right side, which is what we're really working on. But my left foot kicks out a little bit, and I'm like, beep, 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 beep. So that's what we're working on. I'm trying to be a little bit more symmetrical. But otherwise, one of the pros of running speed work is your form tends to be a little bit more efficient when you are running speed work. When I'm just like jogging in conversational pace, I don't get the arm swing that I get when I'm running harder, faster paces. So my cadence is faster. My form's a little bit more efficient when I'm running these paces. So you see me look behind. Never move without looking behind you to make sure that no one's around. This is a hard workout. K repeats always spook me. I always find them to be like pretty scary. I love that Scott is just like laughing at that guy smoking a cigar. I know that's what he's laughing at. He thought that was so freaking funny. This first interval, I was having a hard time finding the pace. I'm running way too fast.
Oh, really?
I can't slow down. I know. A really common problem.
You're going to blow your load too
I'm
early,
really
Kelly.
fit, which is, I really am.
Happens to the best of us.
I'm really fit. What do you guys do? You think of your grandma doing something?
Yeah, I mean, I've never, I think like when I was in high school, I'd do that, but it never really worked.
That's it. I'm pretty sure your mom watches these.
Oh, yeah? Well, she can know I'm sexually active.
Was that really the end of the first interval? Oh, yeah, it was. I was like, why am I not stopping?
A hard first K. 4 more. What is the time that you have in between?
90 seconds.
Oh.
In the whole entire world because it just makes me laugh. So something you're going to hear me doing is a lot of things like that, which is one of the ways I keep myself calm because this is hard. I'm starting to like, your breathing can be really triggering and it can sometimes trigger panic attacks. So I'm trying to stay cool, calm, and collected despite the fact that I'm doing something really challenging. So breathing like that and really focusing on exhales is a good way to like kind of almost regulate yourself and keep yourself really in it. I'm like eavesdropping on people's conversations, which is why I'm giggling. But you can hear my breathing. I'm like breathing super heavy and hard. This is hard. This is a super hard interval.
but I was over it. I'm pooping out.
That's okay.
Yeah. Done.
Nice.
Wow. I really pooped out on that one.
Yeah.
That was really hard. All right, recovery's over. I don't want to run anymore.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie. It's 23 seconds into my recovery.
If you learn how to do pigeon calls, you can call enough pigeons and tie them to a string and then have them take you home.
Okay, do your best pigeon call.
That's pretty good.
Oh, it sounds like I'm just... Oh my God, there's a finny?
What's a finny? What does that mean?
Pizza?
Oh, it looks like it.
Oh my God, our lives just changed.
You want some finny for breakfast? You can be like that guy getting a cigar. Well, the sooner you finish running, the sooner it's done.
My shoes are soaking wet. I don't want to run anymore. I don't want to run anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. Sorry, okay, we're going.
That's your anthem. That's a summer running anthem.
My legs are lead. Spicy. Ooh, I want an iced coffee.
Yeah, that's
Do you want an iced coffee?
Sure.
Let's go here. Terrible dog day. That went really well. I had to stop and grab coffees for us. She's back. I'm feeling so much more confident. I have a really wild week this week. I have a 14-mile long run.
You.
I'm scared. So that'll be fun. That's it. That's a wrap. Like, subscribe, comment, tell your friends, be a good girl, be a good boy, be a good person, and fight the power, you know? Like, we're seriously in authoritarian takeover. So coming together is really important, and speaking up is really important. So keep doing that. Oh, Sports Bra Squad Day! Oh my God! The one thing I wanted to talk about. Gang, July 19th, Sports Bra Squad Day. Mark your calendars. It is a day that we show the world this is what strength looks like. This is what strength feels like. You run in whatever you're comfortable in, whether that's shorts. I know for a lot of people wearing shorts is terrifying. Same as running in a sports bra. Violence against women is a very real thing, so stay safe. Sports Bra Squad Day is such a fun day. It is a day to reclaim space, fight back against fat phobia. Be there, be square. We're doing a meetup here in New York City, here in Brooklyn Bridge Park, so that'll be fun. So yeah, July 19th, mark your calendars. See you later. Okie dokie Tuesday, speed work done. Now it is time for strength work, week 3. Let's do it.
Wednesday, 3 days in a row, and I held up. I had a 45-minute recovery run, and I'm such a kook. I'm just like any other runner. I was like, 45 minutes, shouldn't I be doing 60 minutes or 50 minutes? And shouldn't I do more? Shouldn't I do more? Shouldn't I do more? And whenever I find myself being like, should you do more? It's like, why did your coach have you do this? Just do this well, you silly goose.
45 minutes. I've got 3 runs in a row this week. Ooh, sweaty and hot and humid, but it's a beautiful day. I'm trying to do all of my recovery runs on dirt and soft surfaces where I can. 45-minute run done. Now I'm going to do week 4 of our Strength by Yoga series with Coach Amanda.
So 45 minutes. Oh, I got to run 4 days in a row. And then Thursday, I had another speed work, which I was very nervous going into this workout because 4 running days in a row is like, oh my God, with this injury, can I do it? And I crushed it. Here it is. Okay, it is Thursday, week 3 of marathon training, and I have another speed play session today. So I've got 10 minutes at an 8-minute mile, 2-minute recovery, 8 minutes at a 7:40-minute mile, 2-minute recovery, 6 minutes at a 7:30-minute mile, 2-minute recovery. It's a big workout. I need to take my time warming up because my body hurts. My hips are tight. Everything is like, ah. Okay, let's do it. I got my little helper, my little Gladdy girl. Let's run.
Don't skip your drills, it's tacky. Four minutes left of this first rep, and I'm having the hardest time finding 8 minutes. I'm like averaging 7:57 now, but I'm like jogging, which is a good problem. Rep 1 done, cruising. Now it gets hard, which is fine. Rep 2, 8 minutes done. Oops, I'm supposed to be jogging. I'm gonna let my heart rate come down. It's humid. Distorted video, last one done. The last 3 minutes were very hard. Long walk, let's go home.
Okay, speed work done. Now it's time for strength work. I forgot to start recording, but I've been 10 minutes in. I just had dry needling with Peter, and I asked him next week, can I film us? I haven't been filming because I just met Peter, who does my dry needling. And so Peter's a new person on the team, and I didn't want to like roll in hot and be like, do you mind if I film this? I wanted to make sure he like knew what I was doing and my shtick and all that, and get to know him a little bit before I put him on camera. And he was like, yeah, I'm down. So I'm just, I have a heating pad on it because he was like, put your heating pad on it. Last time I like literally couldn't walk, and this time, once I started walking, everything kind of loosened up. But Peter is a magician. He is like incredible. I love dry needling. It's so painful, but it hurts in such a good way. So I'm excited and hopeful that, oh my God, Phoebe just pushed, she just put her head into that foam roller as if she was gonna hide like the tunnel. I'm hopeful I can do my 14 on Saturday and not on Sunday. So rest day tomorrow, and I cannot wait. Friday, I had a rest day, praise be. And then Saturday was long run day. Let's talk hydration and fueling on the long run, shall we? Buckle up and take some notes, because we're really talking fueling and hydration and how to really start to dial it in. Let's do it. Good morning. I'm a pack mule. Them pockets are full. All right, let's go run. Oh, actually, you know what I need to take? I'm gonna take an edge because I thought I was out, but then I found the whole box underneath my Martin. A little sports drink. Let's run.
2 miles. Turtle. 4 miles. It's hot. 45 minutes. Don't skip your hills. Bridges. Ooh, baby, that last 2 miles was tough. 2:15, 2 hours, 15 minutes, 14 miles. So muggy, but it's not that hot, but I'm so sweaty. I'm gonna walk home. So glad I sold this up. Look at the sweat dripping from my sports bra. Protein smoothie, and then brush my teeth because my teeth feel disgusting, and you should always brush your teeth after a long run because you're eating. Okay, I just finished my 14-mile run, but the 14-mile run was very challenging. It was hard. It was very hard. I'm a very sweaty person. But in the last Be Cure Bus that I did in 2019, I got to do a sweat test. And in that sweat test, we found out I have a low salt rate. So my sweat isn't crazy salty, but I'm an above average sweater. So I'm a below average salty sweater, but an above average sweater, which means I need a lot of fluid on the run especially when it's hot, because I'm just constantly sweating. Your salinity rate, that's genetic. That doesn't really change, but your sweat rate does change. And I'm also in the high hormone phase, so things are shifting a little bit. So I have partnered with Fuel Goods. They are a marketplace where you can get hydration products, fuel, running accessories, and they also have this great quiz where they will give you a personalized hydration and fueling plan to help you get going, to figure out your specific hydration and fueling needs, and to show you some products that you might enjoy. But I want to show you how I do my fueling and hydration planning, because something I learned in the last Be Cure Bust is this is the easiest piece of the puzzle, but it's the most overwhelming and confusing at first. So most people leave it up to chance. And I don't want you to do that, because it is one of the only things that you can kind of control for and really test. There absolutely is variability if you're dehydrated, things like that. Like
hormone phases, etc., do influence things. But for the most part, you can really dial in what you can like count on for hydration and fueling. So this is week 3 of marathon training. I've got 13 weeks to keep tweaking and changing. I'm sorry, my nose is so itchy right now. I don't know what is happening, but my nose is freaking out. So if you keep seeing me do this, it's because my nose is going nuts right now. This is what I do. I make a Google Excel sheet and I start to write down sodium, carbs, and then the amount of water I'm drinking. And then I get really specific, everything from like pre-run all the way down to hour when I'm taking stuff. So I'm gonna walk you through what I did today. Originally, I didn't think I had any UCAN Edge left. I found it right before I walked out the door. So originally I was gonna take 2 Scratch Energy Chews before I started, but I swapped that for a UCAN Edge. I like Edge. They are a slower digesting carb source and they don't have any sugar. Not to say that I'm anti-sugar. I'm getting plenty of sugar on the run, but I'm getting a lot of sugar through other things. So I like a UCAN Edge to start with or earlier on in my running before I start leaning on the more simple digesting carb sources. So pre-run, I had one scoop of Scratch hydration mix. I've got tons of flavors in my house. You can get single servings or a bag of this on Feel Goods. I love Scratch. I think they're not crazy sweet. I really like their flavors. You can make them saltier or more concentrated. You can do like half a scoop, a full scoop, or 2 scoops, or 1.5 scoops. I love Scratch. Their products are great, especially their hydration mixes. So I woke up at 4:45 today on my own because I'm in the high hormone phase and I slept like shit. But normally I'll wake up at 5 for a 7 o'clock start time and I will immediately start drinking a bottle of Scratch and I'll spend 30 minutes drinking one entire, I don't know how many ounces of water this is, but I'll normally do like a bottle like this full of Scratch. I'll drink this while I drink my coffee and eat my breakfast. So that's 400 milligrams of sodium and 19 grams of carbs. Then right before I leave, I'll have my first fuel source. So today it was UCAN Edge. So that's 50 milligrams of sodium and 19 grams of carbs. So before I ran, I topped everything out, not including my breakfast. I had 450 milligrams of sodium on board and 38 grams of carbohydrate. I had more than enough time to go to the bathroom and excrete everything I didn't need. So I didn't need to go to the bathroom multiple times on the run. So then at 30 minutes, I had a carbs. I don't even know how to describe that. That taste was wild. Not bad, just weird. But this is what it looks like. It has 450 milligrams of sodium and 50 grams of carbohydrate. 30 minutes in and I killed this guy. At 45 minutes, I took 2 salt tabs and 2 Scratch Energy Chews. So the salt tabs have 100 milligrams of sodium and 2 carbohydrates. And then the Energy Chews had 45 milligrams of sodium and 3.8-ish grams of carbohydrate. At 60 minutes, I had another carbs fuel. Killed the second one. Got a refill. That's 60 minutes. So in that first hour, I had 595 milligrams of sodium and 55.8 grams of carbs. And I also had 18.5 ounces of water. Both of these in the first hour. And then when I refilled one of them, I had like a fourth of it. And I would like just chug it because I am a sweaty, thirsty girl. Now, I will say, I like to get 1,000 milligrams of sodium an hour, especially like once I start going really, really long. So I'm working my way up. At an hour 15, I had 2 salt tabs and 2 Scratch Chews. So that's 100 milligrams of sodium, 2 grams of carbs in the salt tabs, and then 45 milligrams of sodium in the Scratch Energy Chews, and 3.8 grams of carbs. I had a caffeine Martin at 90 minutes. So that's 22 milligrams of sodium and 25 grams of carbohydrates. Hour 45, I had another 2 salt tabs and 2 Scratch Energy Chews. So 100 milligrams of sodium, 45 milligrams of sodium, and then 2 and 3.8. And then I had at 2 hours, another 2 salt tabs and then 2 Energy Chews. Although in hindsight, I think I might have just done the 2 Scratch Energy. And this is why I should be filming myself because I don't remember. But if I did all of this, that was 30.5 ounces of water because I did 8 ounces at 75 minutes or about an hour 20. I did 4 ounces at 90 minutes. Yeah, 4 ounces at 90 minutes, 8 ounces at an hour 45, 8.5 ounces at 2 hours, and then another 2 ounces as well at 2 hours. So that comes out to about 30.5 ounces. And when I got home, I did not need to pee. And I would even say my pee was a little bit like too deep. So I probably could have stood for a little bit more hydration. You want your pee to be like Chick-fil-A yellow, and you don't want to like need to go to the bathroom at the end. So I'm going to keep tweaking and seeing. I think I'm at a place where I need to wear a vest, which I don't want to wear a vest because I chafe when I run on a sports bra and it's so hot. But it's kind of like the lesser of the two evils. I mean, best case scenario, I have someone on a bike with me who can hand me stuff, but I don't know if that's doable. So pretty good run. Oh, all in all, like that second hour, I got 457 milligrams of sodium. I got 42.4 grams of carbohydrate, and then I did 30.5 ounces of water. So it feels low, but we keep tweaking. My energy levels felt great. Although in hindsight, I guess those last 2 miles were really hard. So I wonder if I would have taken another Martin at 2 hours or at an hour 45 or maybe an hour 50 instead of Scratch. I would have felt a little bit more alert. So that's something to play with for next week, is to get that second hour more towards the 60 grams of carb range. So this is why you do this stuff, because this feels like a lot, but then when you put it on paper, you're like, oh, wow, I guess I did need more. So we keep tweaking. Every week, you just add little tweaks, because if you don't have what you're controlling for and you test and retest, you don't know what works. Because what happens is a lot of people will do something, they'll take something, and then they might get GI distress, diarrhea, and be like, that doesn't work for me. But there's so many different things at play that you really need to try something a couple of times before figuring out what works for you and doesn't work for you. Now, of course, taste is something that is like, if you think something is vile, you don't need to be taking it. There's so many products out there. But that's why I love Fuel Goods, is that you can get single servings of stuff so that you can try a couple of those things. I had never tried those carbs before. So you can try something like that towards the end of your run. So if you're trying something new, instead of taking it in the beginning and you're a little unsure, take it at the end of your run, so that if something happens, you can knock 30 minutes off your run if you need to stop. Or you can always try it during a midweek run. So if you have like a 60-minute run, try it during your 60-minute run, so that it's easier to redo a midweek run than it is to redo a long run. So some tips for that, but like check out all the products on Fuel Goods. Some of my favorites are the ones you saw me take today: Edge, Scratch Energy Chews, Scratch Hydration Drinks. I also really like Precision Hydration. Tailwind is another one I really like that I didn't use today. I like Martin. I like the Martin Caffeine. I like the Martin Regular. I probably will be taking Martin Caffeine and Martin Regular on race day, and I won't be doing Energy Chews. I find it too hard to chew and race. But I probably will have Scratch in bottles, and maybe some Precision as well. I like UCAN Edge. I really like Bonk Breakers. All great stuff. So there's a peek at what I'm doing, and every week this is what I'm doing. I'm getting really specific about sodium, carbs, and how much water I'm getting. So do it, get specific. Don't leave this up to chance. But good run. I'm gonna go get my air pants and drink my smoothie. Then today I got to go on a bike ride. Jess put an hour bike ride if I wanted to do it, and I'm assuming she meant do whatever I want, because I did 90 minutes, but it's a bike ride and I'm not worried about doing that. I wanted to do more like a 2-hour bike ride. I wanted to go to the Little Red Lighthouse, but luckily I didn't have enough time. I needed to like get back home to like eat something quickly before I went on a big walk with my friends. Friends were in town and we all just wanted to walk together and chit chat. And luckily I turned around, because going from like 60-minute midweek rides to 2 hours, like doubling it, is not the brightest thing in the world. So a 90-minute ride, super doable, not hard. Zone 2, mostly like zone 1, zone 2. So it was like fun, easy rage ride in the best way. Sunday, I'm going to be brave and go on a bike ride. I'm going to try to go to the Little Red Lighthouse. It's almost 7. I'm supposed to meet my friends at 9, so I'm going to ride fast. The end. So that was my week. I feel really good. I feel really happy. I'm back in a place where I'm really trying not to worry about what's to come and just be here now. I don't think Jess has loaded my next week, so I don't know what I'm doing next week, which is almost nice. because I can't worry about it. I get to just do whatever. I'm assuming I have a 60-minute run tomorrow, and then it's off to the races. But it's happening. We're almost a fourth of the way through. I'm focusing on 1 week at a time. I'm setting actionable goals. I'm focusing on my process goals. And then I'm really, really, really focusing on my strength work. I'm really focusing on getting at least 2 strength training days a week, and if not 1 or 2 yoga days. So lots of mobility work, lots of stability work, mostly stability work, and lots of strength work. So that's what I'm doing. If you have any questions, let me know down below. But otherwise, it's also Sports Bra Squad this week. So July 19th, we're going to have a fun little meetup run. It's for Sports Bra Squad Day, which will be amazing. So it'll be a fun week. Welcome to week 4. I'll see you next week. Kick ass. Take names. Talk to you later.